production.
Juice in the blunt for breakfast while I beat the pipe.
Oh, yeah.
Seize the
Come on.
paper.
Come on now, two.
Juice in the blunt for breakfast while I beat the
Happy
pipe.
hump day, man.
Hit the block.
In order to
Hey.
provide.
Happy hump day, y'all.
Come on now. How your morning starting now, big bro?
Man, you know, I'm just chilling. Big Fedora the Explorer. You feel
On
me?
your shit, man.
You know what I mean? Waking up, you know, waivers like Christmas, you know what I mean? Wasn't the greatest Christmas for me this morning, but you know what I mean? Christmas nonetheless.
Man, in my home league, shout out to all my AOB brothers. In the waivers, I was able to come away with Zach Ertz and Hunter Renfrow. 100%.
Let's go.
I had the sixth spot, and I'm trying to go through and see who's all gonna get to put a claim in for.
And so there was
Ertz,
6
Franklin.
individuals that was asleep, or 5.
Well, so in that league, motherfuckers like to hold the number one wire. And so, like when I was going through the wire before midnight and looking what players was available, so I only put in 3 claims. I put in for Ertz, Wandale, and what's the receiver I just said? Renfrow. So I put a claim in for all 3 of them, right? So I know Wandale was going. I just could have swore that Ertz was going, just the way that the scarcity of the tight end position is.
Yeah, and it being on a primetime game where all the eyes are on it.
Bro,
You know,
I don't know how that slid through. I swear, I already got Brock Bowers in that
you know what? You know what that could be too? They didn't forgot about Thursday so long ago already.
Talk about it.
I'm the type, I'm making the claim right away, watching the game real time.
100%.
I know you're like that too.
Come on, bruh.
Come on. We're putting a watch list at minimum, like fuck it.
100%. Put that little star on his motherfucking ass. Pause.
Hey, you can't not score a touchdown without getting on some type of radar.
Well, 100%, big bro.
I was able to pick up Renfrow in the Heart to Start Dynasty. I was like, oh shit, where am I? Shit, I'll do it.
Come on,
you know what made me mad? I was going to make claims last night because it was like Sunday morning or Saturday, last Saturday. And I'm looking at Danny Dumbass just chilling. Indiana Jones now, right? He's Indiana now. He's out there. And then last night, I'm like, you know what? I fucked up. I should have just picked him up when he was free. Then I go, and you had picked him up somewhere along the way already.
That's because I got Brock in that.
I know, but I'm like, he's smart. You know what I mean? Because I thought, why am I going to leave Danny? And I thought, Danny Dumbass, what am I thinking?
But see, that's the thing about.
And he went crazy against Denver, and I'm like, okay, I got to change my opinion on old Danny. He's not with New York no more.
But see, that's the thing about the GWN, right? It's 10 plus of us, right? Whether it be only 5 of us that's on camera consistently. Matter of fact, it's more than that, right?
Yeah.
But when we have these conversations and motherfuckers come in the chat talking their opinion and all that, like we really in our other leagues that we not in, we be beating motherfuckers to the waiver wire, bro.
Yeah, all the time.
We'll have a player before the motherfucker go off, and that the top 3 going into next week. You feel me? And
last week we were telling everyone Troy Franklin just
100%.
dashed him. He went crazy. I wish I would have had the balls enough to tell people start him last week. Because now I feel like hopefully we're not chasing it now.
Nah, because back-to-back weeks he's had 6+ targets.
There you go. I like it. 9 this past week? So on the week, he's one of the league leaders in targets at the position. I mean, I think we have guys that have like 30.
But
right, and then he has 14. So he's not league leaders, but he's definitely top 10 because a bunch.
No, for sure, because Peacock dropped it yesterday, and like Puka or somebody was top 5, and they only had like 21 targets. So for him to be 6 off, like that's what it is when the games start getting played. And we're able to track trends, whether it be who's giving up the most points to the tight end. Oh, this receiver didn't have 6+ targets in the last 3 weeks. 100%, you're able to start tracking the trends to where you can try and beat ahead of the game, especially if you see back-to-back weeks getting put together, even though a motherfucker might not be putting all the fantasy points together right then and there. But if you're tracking the trends and it's steadily going up, or the usage has been about the same, you might want to put the waiver claim in. That's how you beat the motherfucking wire.
Yeah. And man, if I went into so many leagues, why? Well, it's funny because the dynasties, you can't just make willy-nilly moves, right? Well, most of them. But, saying in the redrafts, I mean, you got, like, it's important to put that in part of your repertoire. Have that rotating rotating spot on your bench where it's like, okay, hey, the Thursday night's about to start up. Let me go ahead and pick up, Malcolm Floyd or whatever, or Malcolm Lloyd or some kind of backup to something. Maybe even if you're in a super flex, pick up the backup QB, hold him. Nothing happens to the starters, chuck them, go to the next games. You know what I mean? Just trying to beat the waiver in that aspect too.
You got to, bro. I mean, so last night when we was on Stay Tuned Live, shout out to JB and the whole Stay Tuned Live family. They had a montage of all the injuries, even though it's only been 2 weeks. If you see the injuries that have piled up in the last 2 weeks, just like how the Dos Equis commercial says, stay thirsty, my friends.
Yeah, stay thirsty.
You gotta stay deep, my friends. Pause. Yo bench got to be deep, bro. Fuck that. I know sometimes you want to get top heavy and all that, but we only in week 2, bro.
Survival of the healthiest.
There it is, there, bro. Facts. Oh my mama. Cold world, bro. Oh, everything. Let's get caught up in the chat. We just had Ears pop up.
What up, Ears?
We got Ears in the building. What's up, Albert?
Albert.
Ears said he got the waiver. He got the QB that he needed. He was a lot of Burrow shares, a lot of JJ, he said. Oh, my mama. I paid, so in one league that I'm in, it's an all offense super flex league. I spent all my fab on Jake Browning. On Jake Browning. I had $250 worth of fab, but that's like my 5th quarterback. You feel me? I got Stafford, I got Mac Jones, JD5,
corner Z market.
100%, bro. Oh my God. Top of the morning, Ears.
Top of the morning. I just woke up not long ago, dude.
I ain't mad at that.
It's fucking this new medication knocks me the hell out.
That's some good, that's some good stuff.
I don't text message anyone.
Yeah, that's some good stuff.
You know what I mean? We just glad you're getting back right. Yeah,
come on now.
I'm not used to having this calming effect either. It's not me.
Hey, we got Cornell in the building. What's up, big bro?
What's up, Cornell? How's baseball going?
Cornell said I claimed Blake Corum and Wandale. I ain't mad at that, bro.
Hey, I was able to get Renfro in one league.
I've been holding on to Blake Corum everywhere he was available because he's just a really high-end lottery ticket. Also, at the same time, maybe it's just the first 2 weeks matchups against Houston and then Tennessee, where their run defenses aren't no pushovers, because Kyron hadn't really been able to get off. And then they've been putting Blake in there, and Blake's been, he's been looking all right. But they paid Kyron. It's not like there's all of a sudden a switch to Blake, but definitely I like holding on to him as long as I got that spot that I can. You know what I mean?
100%. I mean, look at Kyron's production for the last 2 years. 31 TDs, 16 and 15 in the last 2 seasons. When they get in the red zone, those 2 years, it's all him, 100%. Even though you got Devontae and the Tyler Higbee back and all that, bro, that running back has a lot of motherfucking value just based on they gonna spend a lot of time in the red zone, bro. 100%, man. I'm madder than a motherfucking. So MJD, he hit me while we doing the show. Might have been a little bit after. He like, bro, what's up? Woo, woo, woo. I'm like, man, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Maurice Jones-Drew.
100%. Shout out to Brody, right? So I'm like, I might not be. So then I go get to looking on his team and I'm seeing something, right? So he already been traded Nabbers because of Kev. Now he trade.
I remember. And this is the dynasty. Oh, this is the redraft.
It's a redraft, Mexico draft.
He's so crazy for sending the Nabbers.
Hey, that motherfucker lost Joe Burrow. He gave up Devontae Adams. Who else? But the boy just brought in Lamar Jackson. I said, "Oh
God
shit,
damn!"
Trying to go back.
He is not playing.
Oh my mama, MJD ain't playing right now, bro.
And he'll get Burrow back in December.
Yeah, that's a long man. That motherfucker
Nah,
probably
man, but see, it won't matter if you get him back in December and you ain't in it in December.
Right,
Exactly.
100%. Them is facts, 100%. If he come back in December and they ain't in any type of playoff contention, he ain't even gonna play.
Do me a favor. Pull up that Bengals schedule. Let's just see
Yes,
what
sir.
this next 12 weeks looks like, and let's do a little guesstimation here. You know what I mean? And then we'll definitely.
While he looking for it, what we gonna do? We gonna play a message from our sponsor.
And I got a shirt on for Halloween.
Oh, my mama, talk your shit, bruh. We'll be right back, y'all. Make sure you find that shit, Lee.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
Neon Peacock.
All right, I got the schedule pulled up. Man, yo, make sure y'all go slide over to the website, man. Get locked in, bro, 100%, because Big Bro got some dope ass shit over there, man, 100%. And for the first GWN giveaway, I got an idea for the rallies that's already subscribed to the channel, you know, because you said you want to open it for everybody, right? I got an idea for all the rallies that's already subscribed. I got a way for them to enter. That way it also promotes our channels. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Still got to do a little bit of work, you know what I mean, to get entered. But you know what I mean? If you fuck with us, then the idea that I got, it shouldn't be no problem for everybody that's already locked in with us, bro. 100%.
There it is. Yeah, because that way, when we do have a winner, we have a direct line to them somehow to get the addresses and stuff.
Somehow, some way.
So my idea is look, if you already follow the channels, any channel that we broadcast from, if you want to get entered, all you got to do is a screenshot you sharing the live. Share the stream.
There you go.
Inboxes that you screenshotted them up or you shared the live, bro. That's all we asked for. If you already locked in, throw us a share. That way we, you know what I mean? You helping promote the motherfucking community.
That or share it on a social, yeah.
Yep. Remind me, I'll go grab, I got the first giveaway. It's a black, white, and red GWN trucker hat. Badass.
100%.
You know what I mean?
All right, I got this badass Bengals schedule.
Talk about it, big bro.
Okay, so week 3, they're at Minnesota.
What?
Week 4, they're at Denver.
What? Hold on, real quick. The Minnesota game. You think that's winnable? Carson Wentz? I feel like Carson Wentz, they give
the battle of the backup quarterbacks.
Yeah, and I feel like the Bengals got a good chance here with Carson Wentz under center. So I like their chances here. So maybe they're 3-0.
Even though the Vikings is a little banged up on defense, B-Flow's still gonna have that defense ready to play.
For sure.
They're gonna blitz the shit out of him and make him go to his hot read, bro. 100%.
Well, we're gonna see what Denver's made of this weekend too. They got Denver week 4 at Denver. Then they're at home to Detroit week 5.
Oh my God, this is bad.
And then they go to Green Bay week 6.
Oh no.
Shit. And then they have some juicy matchups. Pause. Week 7 at home to Pittsburgh. Week 8 at home to the Jets. Week 9 at home to Chicago. Then a bye week 10.
Oh shit.
So they could end up 5-4 or 4-5 easily.
And then after their bye, they're at Pittsburgh.
3-5 even. 3-6 easily. Like, because they could win, like, the Chicago game, they could probably beat Chicago. Who knows? Maybe Chicago's at full swing at that point. The one thing, too, with the Bengals, they carry a bad defense.
Yeah, that defensive line sucks. Then after that bye, they're at Pittsburgh. Week 12 home to New England. Then week 13 at Baltimore, week 14 at Buffalo, week 15 at home to Baltimore, where Joe Burrow could return possibly.
Yeah, they're done. He's done.
Yeah.
Stick a fork in them. Stick a fork in them. I just seen.
Hey,
I seen Jamar Chase get traded in the AOB for T. Higgins and a running back. Oh, it was a weird ass trade, but that fucking Joe Burrow shit got motherfuckers panicking. Oh my mama, I'm like, bruh.
Damn.
I'm not I was able to make moves.
Here, I'll tell you the trade right now.
I traded Nabbers and some picks for a Jamar Chase earlier this year. It's all my fault.
Here go the trade right here, my G's. This shit is crazy. That's how motherfuckers is panicking, bro. You got T. Higgins and Ashton Genty for Troy Franklin and Jamar Chase.
Oh my God, Troy Franklin. I'm on the Chase side.
But that's how boys is panicking, bro.
Yeah.
Then
people
like
might be panicking on Chase.
My boy got he once he lost Joe Burrow, he traded for Lamar Jackson. So this trade went Devontae Adams, Kyle Pitts, and Jordan Love for Aaron Jones and Lamar Jackson.
Okay. I mean, Lamar is going to make up for a bunch of pieces as well, right? Like Lamar's like starting two players. You know what I mean?
RB2 and a quarterback one.
Yeah.
Oh my mama. Let's
get what's funny. I have Jayden Daniels right in the Superflex league, and they're showing his regular points, so it looks like he's playing this weekend.
I mean,
they'll probably just keep him
gamesmanship. It's gamesmanship, and if they have him out there, he's gonna be throwing, bro. You think they're really gonna have him out there against Max Crosby like that too, and be like immobile? You know what I mean? I don't know. There's some variables there. Today is Wednesday. If he's in a limited, that'll shock the hell out of me. He has a sprained knee. You got a sprained knee. You can fuck around and you know, further it. You know what I mean?
Come on now, turn it into an ACL injury. Oh my mama.
Shit.
Let's get into the first topic, man. We gonna the first topic. We going up to my dog Clock's state of the great state of Washington. You know, we still on the West Coast.
The great Northwest.
It's been some flocking.
The Pacific
it's been
Northwest.
some motherfucking flu flamming, some flocking, some home invasion shit going on.
Oh, they've been flu flamming in the motherfucker?
So let's go ahead and take it to Seattle and see what they talking about, y'all.
He said they've arrested the primary suspect in the violent home invasion robbery of rapper Macklemore's home, as well as several other burglaries of high-profile athletes. And it comes after a raid of a South Seattle pawn shop. KOMO senior reporter Chris Daniels broke the story on KOMOnews.com. He joins us live now with more. Chris.
Steve, Seattle police say this was a 2-month-long investigation that led them to a man with a lengthy and violent criminal history. It was this custom Sounders FC championship ring that may have finally closed another ring.
We have made an arrest of the primary suspect and involved in a local high-profile celebrity's home invasion robbery that occurred in June.
Police say a raid of a South Seattle pawn shop on Wednesday uncovered thousands of dollars of stolen items.
Wow.
Rapper Macklemore and likely other Seattle area professional athletes. And they say 29-year-old Patrick Maisonette is the prime suspect.
There were hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of jewelry, watches, rings, things of that nature.
Maisonette was out of custody after police say he cut off his ankle monitor last year. He was given home detention by a judge after he was charged in a violent attack and robbery of a Beacon Hill man, but arrested last week on an escape warrant. Police reported back on June 7th that 2 men entered Macklemore's home and bear sprayed a nanny supervising 3 sleeping children.
God.
She escaped.
Oh, please.
And by the time police arrived, the suspects and expensive items were missing. It was just a day after prosecutors charged 21-year-old Earl Riley with the burglaries at the homes of former Seahawk Richard Sherman, Mariners Julio Rodriguez, Luis Castillo, and Cy Young Award winner Blake Snell, and the attempted burglary at the home of Mariners Hall of Famer Edgar Martinez, in which multiple men could be seen with a distinctive bag. Now, police say They found many of the stolen items they allege came from their homes and Macklemore's, helping to piece together what has been a violent and complicated case.
What up, kidda?
Maisonette has a criminal history that dates back to 2009 with charges and convictions on kidnapping, burglary, and assault. Prosecutors had written in previous court filings that they said Maisonette had a, quote, disturbing criminal history replete with unapologetically dangerous and violent offenses. That pawn shop owner has also been booked into the King County Jail and accused tonight of investigation of trafficking stolen property. Steve?
So, Chris, what happens next now with this prime suspect?
Well, Maisonette is still behind bars and is only charged on that escape warrant right now. I'm told by Seattle police they are going to be recommending several criminal charges related to.
They're about to start goddamn. They're going to get the ET finger. Start pointing at each other, bruh.
So, shout out Gang Green, top of the morning, big bro.
What up, Cat Man? Hey, you're more than welcome to jump on too, buddy.
Come on now, you got the link if you got time. Pop up. So this is the second story that we done of this. Speaking of Joe Burrow, earlier this year we did a story about Joe Burrow house getting flocked and other.
That's crazy.
And it was a transnational crime syndicate linked back to New York, where all the
New York jeweler. Yeah, because then you need somewhere to hawk the shit, right? And that's where they're fucking up every time. You gotta 100%. Hawk this shit on in the underworld, bro, on the black market. These fools are trying. Like, this is a youngster, 29 years old. He's obviously reckless because he cut his own shit off, running around, you know what I mean, hitting licks, allegedly.
Already on probation for a lick. That's what he cut his ankle monitor off for, was a lick.
Yeah, for a lick, right? So now here he is,
Taylor
just more licks.
There's no timeline now for Joe Burrow, so basically it's season over.
Good looking, big bro.
Yeah, for sure. And going back to what I was saying is I mean, now he bear spraying bitches and shit and doing all kind of crazy shit. And now that added home invasion because there's people there. And then depending on I mean, what is this? It's some crazy high charge as far as the theft because, you know, all these items are worth, you know, I would imagine into the 50s plus thousands, right?
100%.
Yeah, so like, bro's he's gonna get hit with some shit, but he's a kid and they always do dumb shit. Why go to the same pawn shop and have everything there at this one pawn? You know what I mean? Like, that shit crazy.
Well,
they always do it wrong. They do the most brave. Just like Ice-T said, and for those that don't know, you think Ice-T, before he was on Law and Order, he was breaking the law and order. And he always said it wasn't about how much you plan the heist. You have to just as much plan the getaway. And like, you know, yeah, they're getting away, but part of getting away is getting the money and getting the product off, or the items off in this case. And they're selling it at a local pawn shop too. Like, not even.
But if you look at it, they gotta have a lot of motive and know a lot about those homes too before they hit them.
Of course, I mean,
you know, seriously.
I mean, the motive is that they're celebrities.
House. You got to know in your head. Oh man, this guy's got this. This guy's got that.
Yeah,
I got to get his home system.
Bro, you can go on Zillow.
Come on,
you can go on Zillow and look up. Not even Zillow. Like, you can look up different websites. They'll show you celebrities' houses, addresses.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's some cold shit,
like
bro.
It's like some underworld Zillow shit, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
Wow.
And it's gonna run up in your. See, and even that'll get you mocked too. You know what I mean? Like, because now they can go and look at whatever devices he had and look at his searches and shit. And, you know what I mean? Because they were targeting celebrities' properties.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
You know
It's like that ring. What was that? A couple of years ago in Hollywood, right? Where they were doing all the celebrities, wasn't it? Like 4 or 5 years ago during.
It was a little longer ago, but yeah, they were hitting. Actually, they've always done this. The term flocking comes from LA.
Yeah,
they're gonna run up in celebrities' houses and take their shit. You know, this is what they do.
It's the
top of it, big bro.
What'd he do?
Gang.
How did you do on waivers?
Your shit on mute.
He on
mute.
My bad. My bad.
No, it's all good. There he is. What up, Kevin?
What's up, guys?
Much
waivers? No, I didn't even participate.
You know, it's funny. He's up because he works graveyard, right? So it's not even like he's asleep. he always just looks at his lineups. If he doesn't feel it's necessary to go and grab something, he won't.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I kind of respect
it,
that. Me, I'm grabbing everything. Just I gotta stay active.
Or see who makes it through. That way, you don't even got to put a claim in.
The week before, I put a claim in for Quentin Johnston, and I won that. So that was a good addition. My squad needed that.
Especially in the TFL, in the Tyrannosaurus Flex League, where you have 3 flexes, and that second and third flex is key.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
You know what I mean? Like that. That's why I like trades a lot. In this league, there's always at least a dozen trades in this league. I already made 2, and we're only in week 2 or 3.
Yeah. So the couple handful the handful of leagues that I'm in, I'm like, there's a couple 2-3 trades, 4 trades, 5 trades maybe in the last 2-3 days.
I
don't know how to match. I don't know how to match up needs to other teams. Needs.
It just takes shopping.
But
you
I
just gotta
look. Thrown out offers.
I think also because it's also been part of my repertoire for years, where like I'll just look at somebody's team and be like, oh, I have this, he could use this, and he has this, I need that. Let's go try that. You know what I mean? Shoot the offer, and then I'll just move on, go to the next team. Okay, well, and I might get someone to bite out of like the other 11, and then over the years I've come to realize like, all right, I'm gonna take this dude from this league, this dude from that league, and all of a sudden now we got 12 motherfuckers that I've always traded with in all the leagues there, and I know they active, and these have been the funnest leagues I've been in ever. You know what I mean? This past
that is true. If you want to get some action, I always
you gotta go recruit the active motherfuckers.
I want to come like up front. If I'm making an offer, I don't want it to be ridiculous. I want it to be built to negotiate.
Yeah, a real serious offer
with room. But I'm typically not trying to undersell myself either. So it's
100%.
It's difficult to kind of like come up with a fair deal. I don't mind the ones that come my way, and I just kind of ignore them.
Yeah, you go, oh, this is Christmas.
Especially in redraft though. Redraft, you definitely got to iron some shit out. It's a lot of negotiation because in Dynasty you get to do the cheat code with dress them picks ups and shit like that. You know what I mean? And redraft, motherfucker, this your one shot. 100%. It ain't no next year. You know what I mean? It is a next year, but it's a whole different team and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm more brazen in redraft for sure.
Yeah.
Especially a 12 team.
Of course.
12 team, I'm brazen as a motherfucker.
Salute.
We get brazy.
Salute, Derek.
What up, Derek?
Top of the morning, y'all.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not too sure where I want to move pieces. There's a lot of teams that I'm with right now. I'm not too concerned with like the way that I built the teams that I have right now. Everybody could use, I guess, improvement. I just don't know how to get a trade.
I will say,
get started.
I'm not panicking in any of these leagues, but I am been doing this long enough where I know when I lose for like 2 points to JD in week 2 and go to 1-1 instead of 2-0 in the West Side League, I'm like, oh, this one could hurt me later down the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was definitely I dropped Gian Campbell, picked up Cedric Gray, and his 2 point or 3 points difference would have got me the W if I would have just stayed with Campbell. And that one's gonna haunt me all fucking year.
I did the same thing in AOB by starting motherfucking Keon Coleman over on Doomsday. Doomsday went crazy, and I was like 5 fucking points, bro.
Nuts.
Oh my mama.
He went nuts.
Whole world.
It's crazy. You have a great week from Keon Coleman. Then you think he's going to have another game, and then there you go. Your other players goes off.
I mean, and who do they play tomorrow?
Who?
And
who does the Bills play tomorrow?
And he's in a bounce back spot here with where you got Josh Allen.
100%. That motherfucker go stay on the bench, bro. Oh my mama, man. I am not firing him up tomorrow.
He is mad at Keon right now. I'm playing on Doomsday over Keon for sure.
Bro, I'm never taking him out my lineup, bro.
You know who Doomsday has this week? The Cowboys. Let's go.
Easy smash. Pause.
Let's go.
Would you trade Keon for AJ Brown?
Would I trade? Hell no.
No.
Yeah, no.
See, I'm diabolical. See, that's what I would try and do.
Are you the AJ? Are you the AJ Brown guy in the West Side?
No, that's Adam. I am the
okay.
Keon Coleman guy in the West Side.
Ooh.
Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong team.
I have an extra receiver. I'm looking to flip one of them. I need a big dog.
Oh yeah, I have Keon Coleman in this league too.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm
he's
down
in a smash
Kittle in
spot
that
this
league.
week. He should be. It's the Dolphins. We just got and for what it's worth, Buffalo, their defense ain't that great either.
Oh shit! I was able to get Renfro in the West Side League. Dang.
Oh shit!
You got Renfro? He was available.
Hey, I got him last night.
Yeah.
I'm like, I put a claim in.
Damn. Yeah, I think I dropped him last week.
You must have had a high pick too.
I suck in the West Side League, Paul's.
Oh, you might have to shake a little something. Oh, you need quarterbacks over there?
You the Joe Brown team?
I'm dead last.
I know, but
You did
who's your
last.
quarterbacks?
You didn't take Jake Browning? I don't think you did last. I think it was Adam.
When it came to who got Browning?
Adam got him.
Oh yeah, he dropped. Adam got him. Yeah, I didn't even put a claim in for him.
Why not? Oh, okay. I guess to each his own.
I have what?
It's a super flex, bro. You gotta have this in your repertoire.
I got Bo Nix, and I got I should have. I got Bo Nix, and I got Dak Prescott.
Oh, you straight, man. You straight.
And then I got Addison coming back next week on the West Side, so I'm good. Yeah.
Shoot. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just talking to myself more or less. I actually did go through a lot of Lee's teams. We're in a handful of leagues together. I guess all of us are more than one.
Yes,
but
we're at Bloody War.
Lee, you're looking to make some moves, or how you feeling right now?
I'm gonna wait till this week, and then I'm not gonna go. I know it was week. We're going to week 3. I'm gonna see what I look like next week, and then I'm gonna decide.
I mean, he got Gibbs, Bo Nix, Dak. Who else you got over there?
In the West Side?
Yep.
I have Bo Nix, Jahmyr Gibbs, Kenneth Walker, Marvin Harrison Jr., Josh Palmer, Torrey Horton, Jake Ferguson, Tony Pollard, Dak Prescott.
Man, I really like Gibbs.
I know,
in this draft, I think, yeah, it was this draft. I was like, I'll take Gibbs. And you're like, no, you won't. I fucked up in the first round. I don't know how I missed it, but I did.
No, but you know what's funny about that whole situation is that when Lee goes into the confessional, he goes, I drafted Jamar Chase.
Right.
I mean,
you can hear you on
like
camera.
you forgot who he drafted.
No, you can hear you on the camera, Bogey, saying, no, it was Jahmyr Gibbs. And then he said, I drafted Jahmyr Gibbs.
And that's
you can hear you in the background.
Oh, my mama. You can pretty much hear me in the background the entire time.
Oh, everything. He said, I ain't a Lions fan, but I'm high off life. Oh, everything.
Yeah, I like it. Good reasoning.
Oh, everything.
I like it.
Well, I do get Jordan Addison next week, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, I didn't.
So how do I get Dak? How do I dress up Sam Darnold to get Dak?
Uh-oh.
Hey, what
Derek
about
is
Patrick
giving us some
Mahomes?
inside information.
I got Ted McMillan and Sam Darnold.
Are you willing to
Dak
trade
and
for
then one of your
Patrick
running backs?
Mahomes, Lee?
Huh?
No, you're
Oh, okay. Damn. I wonder if how about this?
I wouldn't be
Sam Darnold is. You know what? You know what? We're doing a show. My bad. We're doing a show.
I had so much fun.
You at least don't have to see him 2 times.
I don't have to see him down the road.
Time.
That's a while away.
As a Chargers fan, anyways.
No, I had my fun trolling last night.
I think it should be better once Rashee Rice and Worthy are back out there. I don't know how Worthy's going to make it out there this week, but they're talking about it.
They're talking about he possibly could play.
That labrum is.
I just feel like they're trying to hype him up so they could have them just extra prepared for the guy just in case.
Is it what is it? Collarbone, labrum, or something?
He has is he an AC joint sprain?
I think it was an AC joint. It was, yeah.
Or was it a sprained labrum? That's bad.
I think it was an AC joint.
A labrum's like the rotator cuff, right? That's like.
I think it's the muscles in like
the muscle in that area.
Things that
I'm a doctor.
right?
I should know
like
this.
the ligaments and stuff. I don't know. Yeah. I've never heard of a labrum workout, so maybe it's something that that is not like necessarily a muscle, but like the stuff that holds the muscle together. There's
the cup, and I think the labrum is what goes into that
cup?
socket right there, and then the muscles around it. I think that's the labrum.
So it's like
because that's what fucked Andrew.
Oh yeah, like when you're cutting up a piece of meat and you get to the bone, and then there's that like when you separate it.
Yep.
Okay.
And what's his name? Andrew Luck. That ended his career essentially. Well, he went to Germany to do all the stem cell shit for hella years in a row. You remember that? And then I think it was his Achilles what ended his career. He was like, fuck this, I'm just done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he was getting beat up so much every year. Then they finally draft Quinton Nelson. And then they had Kelly in the center, and they had Costanzo, and they had a top 5 line that year that he retired out of nowhere. It's kind of ironic, huh?
Well,
yeah, but yeah, going back to the story too, man. That kid's going, I mean, he's a repeat offender, but he's gonna do some time now, some actual time, and he's not gonna get no house arrest and none of that shit because he's already, you know what I mean, and cut the band off, and he went and did the dash. And they think they said something. He's from that general area. He just never left, huh? He's like, that's probably not the best thing to do too if you're out on the lam. You know what I mean?
The last story I saw was the robber.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what are you gonna do with all that stuff anyways? It's so hard to like resell on
yeah, and get actual money for it.
Yeah, get real value.
Like you gotta know dope boys and shit. And then even then it's like you start talking about, oh, I got all this jewelry for sale. Then they come and rob you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta be ready for this shit.
The plan, like you said, planning the plan. That's what they think is the best thing, bro, or is the smartest thing. The afterwards is what you really got to go for, bro.
Planning the getaway and everything after the fact.
And then, they fucked up. They really fucked up by going in the house where there was they bear sprayed the maid or whatever, and the babies was in the house as well.
Yep.
Now you done fucked up, right?
Home invasion. That's 25 now. That's a 25. They're gonna hit you with 25 for home invasion. It's crazy. That's a quarter. He's 29 right now.
Yeah, they're done, bro. 100%.
He's 29, so he'll get out and be 60.
Hey, Derek says start all your Bears against the Cowboys.
Do I start Luther Burden?
I hope this is not okay. You know what they were saying this week? That they want to get Luther Burden more involved. And you know what they've been doing for the first 2 weeks? Not getting DJ Moore involved. So I wonder if this all correlates. Then you got Loveland, 2 targets, I think, in 2 weeks. That's not good. So something's gonna give eventually. I really don't want it to. Throw it all at Roma Dunze. You know what I mean? But eventually someone else is gonna pop. And it just hasn't been. It probably more than likely it's DJ Moore in a bounce back spot here because everybody eats against the Cowboys. But DJ Moore could be more sacrificial lamb here too, where he's just always taking away the best coverage. In this case, Diggs, because Bland is out. And I always say this about Diggs, ultra aggressive, bro. He's trying to jump hella routes. That's why he gives up big plays. So maybe this is a big DJ Moore game here.
Come on now.
Yeah.
The next story. Y'all got anything going out on the home invasion shit?
He was on a house arrest or whatever the fuck. He could have just been through with it. Fool cut it off and start hitting hella licks, and now he's gonna go to the Pinta way. You know? And home invasion, tackle home invasion on there. Uh-oh.
100%.
You're 29? Well, you'll be 64-ish. Why you get out?
And that's the thing, though, like how you and Lee said about how they scouting these houses. You know what I mean? They're easy targets, 100%, because you know that this motherfucker gonna be gone half the time because they famous. They gotta be on the road and shit like that. You know what I mean? So we come. Oh, I ain't gonna say we, but motherfuckers is coming up in there hoping that ain't nobody in that bitch, but you ain't knowing 100%. And like you said, though, that's a way to get knocked off. You might think that just because the celebrity gone, ain't nobody in this motherfucker. You might come in that motherfucker. It's one of the rallies that's house sitting. 100% got the thing so available.
On your ass.
100% got the thing so available, or hit that motherfucking alarm. They see, you know, because some of that shit be to where it's motions and motion sensors and all that shit in it. Fire the cameras off. 100%, bro. The motherfucker sitting in there, and you want to come up in there thinking you finna just tear their ass up. Ain't nobody in here, and you get your ass lit the fuck up. 100%. You know what I mean? In the state of California, you can't light nobody up. You know what I mean? And that's what's so fucking
somebody down bad.
Oh, everything, bro. Cold world, dog.
Remember Vlad? He had the story about he was with some broad, and the broad's ex-man ran up in the house and he beat the dude like half to death. Called the cops. They came through. And then he eventually dropped the charges on the guy because their charges were on the guy. Home invasion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He dropped the charges on dude.
And that's when Vlad was living in LA.
Dude, he's like, I'm just happy I didn't kill you. Because he was beating that fool senseless, like, and just relentless.
100%.
He thought he was gonna take his life. Like, you know what I mean? So it was fight or flight, you know what I mean? And he almost took the dude's life because of it. And he's just, I'm pretty sure that dude's grateful too. That he didn't, you know, because he got to survive. He got to survive his unsuccessful attack, right? And then didn't get. I mean, he got charged with some other shit, but I think they dropped the charges on something else. So he definitely did some time. But shout out to Vlad, he got away with that shit.
Come on now, 100%, because a motherfucker want to come up in there and think they could just come and take your shit. That's a cold world. 100%. Hey, top of the morning, Peacock.
Top of the morning, Peacock.
Oh, my mama. Let's get into this next one. This next one, we finna take it to the ear, to the streets. This a story he sent a couple of days ago. I think it happened over the weekend, or maybe in the middle of last week. But this is some shit you hear about in other countries. You really don't hear about it out here too often. And it's some graphic shit, but you know, bear with me, y'all. It's just a cold story.
Court documents do reveal gruesome details about the beheading of a motel.
Oh shit, my bad.
In Dallas. Fox's Peyton Yeager tells us what happened in the moments leading up to the attack, along with the suspect's criminal history.
37-year-old Yordanis Cobos Martinez, a Cuban national, sits in the Dallas County Jail charged with capital murder. He's on an immigration hold, now accused of beheading his boss at a Dallas motel Wednesday morning. Cobos Martinez was arrested half a block away, wearing a white T-shirt covered in blood. Public records show at the time of the murder, Cobos Martinez had an active warrant for a probation violation out of California. Back in 2017, Cobos Martinez carjacked a woman in South Lake Tahoe while he was naked. A jury convicted him in 2023 and sentenced him to a 1.5 year prison time.
Wow.
Earlier this year, ICE confirms to Fox News Cobos Martinez was released from ICE custody on January 13th, despite his removal order, due to Cuba not wanting to take him back. 9 months later, on Wednesday, investigators say Cobos Martinez became angry at the downtown suites south of I-30 because his boss wasn't able to speak to him in Spanish. New details from an arrest affidavit reveal a witness told police the suspect was set off and pulled out a machete, stabbing and cutting 50-year-old Chandra Nagamalaya several times. eventually beheading him. Thursday, Fox 4 was sent a fundraiser for Nagamalaya's family, calling the killing sudden and deeply traumatic. It reads his life was taken in a brutal attack that occurred in front of his wife and son, who bravely tried to protect him.
And that was Payne Yeager reporting. Dallas police say the suspect was taken to the hospital for a blood draw to see if anything was in his system. Investigators still waiting on those results.
Talk about having PTSD for the kid and the fucking wife. Oh my God.
You know what's crazy too is like his other prior arrests. He was naked and he had kidnapped a woman. How does he only get 1.5 years in prison for that?
That's messed up.
And the motherfucker was already in an ICE detention center, and his home country said we don't want him, so they let that boy back on the streets.
You know what that said?
You know what's crazy? Hold on, Lee. Like it's an incident like this too that is gonna further their agenda. They're gonna be like, look, this is what happens when they're in our country and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? This is a very unfortunate, traumatic, fucking horrible, horrific situation. This dude straight up beheaded a dude because he didn't speak Spaniel, bruh. That was crazy, bruh. And he just had the machete on him. Like, this is a guy that was waiting for someone to set him off. The dude had the machete on him.
That's just
top of the morning, Mrs. Crooked.
What up, Mrs. Crooked? Yeah, that
sounds like he was on Sherm.
Listen, I was gonna say that because naked and kidnapping the woman, bro. Even the beheading thing, bro. He's on the PCP, bro. That dude is on angel dust. He's on the Sherm stick.
What you was gonna say, Lee, about the ICE shit?
As soon as Cuba wouldn't take him, you're like, hey man, that's a red flag right there.
Right, like what the fuck? So what is the protocol if your country don't take you back? Because like no matter what, if you fuck up and you here illegally, you're gonna do some time here and you gotta go 100%.
Yeah.
So why the fuck?
So he gets released. His country doesn't want him in,
huh?
So when his country denies him from deportation, right? So then they just essentially release him to the streets and go, all right, go to a sanctuary state. Because isn't Texas considered a sanctuary state?
Hell no, that ain't no sanctuary state.
So why is he in Texas then? Because the other one happened in California, bro. Like,
sorry, if you do that to someone, you deserve the exactly same thing back. I'm sorry.
I mean, I don't disagree with that. But at the same time, too,
I don't believe in capital punishment.
This is like a loophole.
Come on, now.
It's a loophole. It's a loophole. The country didn't want you back. They try to send you back, man. They just so what? I would imagine you would just detain them still. Like I don't get that.
That's what I'm trying to say, bro. Like, look, you're ICE. You're a federal fucking law enforcement agency that's been raiding shit all through the country since bruh done been in fucking presidency, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right?
Yeah.
How the fuck does this man already got a criminal record if he's naked and he did this shit in California? He's a pedophile.
How does he only get a year and a half in the beat for that crime?
He got sex crimes and then he carjacked somebody. Sex crimes and a carjacking, bro. You done did a violent crime on top of sex crime with it. You got to sit down for more than a year.
Kidnapping. They said kidnapping was one of the charges.
Yeah, kidnapping was the other one.
So how the fuck does he only get a year and a half for that charge?
It shows our system is messed up.
But see, that's the thing. So he has multiple convictions, and if he's an illegal alien, there's no way he should be on the streets, bro. Because if you fuck up in this country and you here illegally, you gotta go.
That's what I'm saying. And it's like, I mean, look at motherfuckers that they weren't born here, but then they'll still smooth send them back to the country. Yeah. They was born, even though they was raised completely out here, they ain't got nowhere. They just sending them back. But Cuba, he said this was Cuba. He's a Cuban national.
Yeah.
Cuba just opened their the American visas up for Americans to visit and shit like that. They're real serious. They're like like Canada is serious, where they don't just let anybody in. So they probably are like, look, we don't want him. You know what I mean? We don't want him back. You keep him. We just barely opened the visas up, letting you Americans in here. Why we going? We trying to get rid of the criminals.
That's fucked up though. That motherfucker gotta sit. He gotta sit down. But see, that's the thing though. Like right before he did the beheading, did he serve his time? You know what I mean? And say like, oh, okay, you know, if he had to go sit down and he did all his time, they let him out on probation. But yet, that's only if you're a citizen. That's only if you're a citizen of this motherfucker. If you go do something. That is true.
Because normally it'd be, well, like I said,
and you get to stay here. You know what I mean? But that's
with the new ICE, he supposed to have been deported, but this is the first time I've ever heard of somebody being denied.
This is the first time that I heard somebody letting ICE let them out.
Let them go.
100%. And this
taking people for nothing. And then let this guy go. See, this is what I'm saying, bro. And you know, I am Fedora the Explorer today, but you know what I mean? I kind of got my conspiracy hat on. This is that type of shit that they're going to publicize crazy too, to be like, look, this is why we need to enforce the ICE laws and this, that, and the third.
Yeah,
you know what I
mean?
Sure.
Well, a lot of this is going to change when foreign policy is affected by all this. With
facts,
when they raided that Hyundai plant, what they potentially did was delay construction on a plant which is thousands of jobs, creating and doing big projects like that. There's a lot of work to be done. So a lot of people are losing, you know, their paychecks because of this removal of special visa workers who were there to train us how to operate machines that we didn't create or build. They shipped the equipment and we installed it and we built the facility, and now we need them to come here and program the machines and train people on how to operate the equipment to manufacture things. This is the very thing that Trump wanted to do in the first place. Bring manufacturing to the United States. Well, guess what? Trump's policy right now is preventing manufacturing in that city of Georgia, which needs jobs. And the loss of this plant, the delay of it, inevitably, I don't think they're going to lose it. But the delay of all this stuff, it's gonna cost people to change their lives and potentially drop this career and move to a different city or state and get a new job, you know, because they can't wait around a year to resume the process of getting this factory built, because Americans can't do it. They literally can't, because it's not our equipment. We didn't build it. We don't know anything about this stuff. So they have to come over here and literally show us what to do.
That's some crazy shit, bro.
And what other nations and other traders are looking at now is like, hey, why would we want to invest resources to build in the United States when we're not American? But it sounds like if we go to the United States right now and we try to work and do something even the right way, we're going to get detained and deported back to our, you know, residence. And inhumanely, by the way. There's a lawsuit going out saying that these 500 employees were mistreated in the process. And I've seen some videos and stuff, because they're smart individuals. These are like engineers and scientists and stuff that, you know. So when they're getting held hostage, basically, they're sharing this like small space. The food that they were eating was like mess slop. Like it was worse than any military ration. And then the showers and everything were all open and exposed and nasty looking, kind of like it just like these people didn't deserve that, you know, in the first place, to be removed from their jobs. And now, yeah. He's trying. I just read an article that he's trying to, you know, collateral damage more or less with other foreign traders to say, hey, don't be afraid to come to the United States and start business. And this was more or less a mistake. But this
backfiring.
But this is his, you know, administration enacting this whole fucking program to get these workers out of the plant. It's like, that's not what we voted for anyways. Like you were saying, get the criminals out of here. Cool. But fucking grandma and grandpa and these Koreans that are trying to help us manufacture things that was the whole purpose of the whole fucking thing anyways. Like,
come on
this guy's a fucking asshole.
100%. You know, I don't got no problem. Hey, look, especially the motherfuckers that's here building shit. You feel me? Whether you building houses, you building motherfucking cars, you building businesses, you're an entrepreneur, or you go 9 to 5, as long as you're a productive citizen, bro, 100%, you ain't out here causing ruckus, especially in the community that you live in. See, a lot of motherfuckers, especially if they come here illegally, you know what I mean, and don't have the aspirations of getting educated, or fuck education, just being a productive citizen, and you out here causing ruckus, especially in the community that you live in. Now you're causing trouble to motherfuckers surrounding you, bro. It's bad enough that you already you here illegally, then you want to be causing ruckus, and you're doing it where you fucking lay at. Don't shit where you lay at. It's bad enough that you shitting already, you know what I mean? You should be here, the land of the free, the opportunity, you know what I mean? 100%, even though sometimes you got to do a little wrong to get right, 100%, because, you know, you can take that how you want to, 100%, because I've seen it, 100%.
Yeah.
From where I'm from.
It happens on every level.
100%, big bro, on my mom. But my main thing is like, everybody should have the opportunity. So if you here trying to get the opportunity to make it and you doing it right, hey, man, so be it, 100%. But also, if you get here illegally, man, you need to go try and do the steps of trying to be here, especially if you want to be here and you done built shit, you know what I mean? Because the motherfuckers that been here, like
look at like this.
Grandpa that's fully established, they done been here for generations, then got all types of shit going on. Now they got to go back home.
Hey, look at this. My Uncle Pete, right? Shout out to my Uncle Pete. You know, he came to America 2001. And like, when I never asked none of this shit until when we was just in Vegas a couple weeks ago, right? Because he was out there. So that first night we was out there was part of my Uncle Pete. You know, I'm in his house. He's a homeowner now. You know what I mean? He's been doing his trucker thing for like 20 years type of shit. And I asked him, what was that process like coming to America? He said, man, you got to fill out all this paperwork and you got to tell them about what you're going to do in America. Wow. They asked you, so what are you going to do here? And he's like, you know what I mean? So my dad, they already had it all planned out from, you're going to be a trucker, you're going to this, that, that, because they have to be able to, okay, so you're going to contribute to society. Okay, visa for this amount of time. And you keep renewing it. And all the while applying to become a citizen. Finally gets his citizenship like after like 15 years. Shout out to my man Attila. He came from Hungary back in like 1999.
Attila.
Yeah, and Attila, he just got his citizenship like in 2020 or whatever it was. So he was like real excited. He's like, yeah, I can own guns now. You know what I mean? Like,
come on now.
He's a big gun guy. You know what I mean? But, you know, before that, he's like, and then look at this. He was on a visa this whole time here. Even so much so they won't let you be a citizen. You have to go through the ringer. But then they let him be a Marine, and he fought in the war and all the shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They let you join the Marines and the service, all the shit.
And he still wasn't a full citizen yet, but they let him join.
He was just on a visa.
They do that type of visa all the time.
Yeah, but it's a whole process just to be a citizen. That's why, like, you know what's easier than that? Just show up.
Come on now.
Yeah, that's true.
Just find your way in this motherfucker and then just go to work. That's how they do it.
100%, man. On my mama, man. 100%. Like, shout out to Mrs. Crooked for tapping in with us. 100%. She said he did do enough time. Just like the hot roll case. If the dad did the correct amount of time and stayed in the jail, then baby Emmanuel will probably still be alive. I'm not too familiar with that case. Please forgive me. And rest in peace to the baby. You know what I mean?
Rest in peace.
Is that the bicycle guy?
Shit, I don't know. I haven't heard about that case.
I don't know either.
Yeah, bro.
I think it's the case of where it's similar though, where they let dude out after he did his time, and he instead of getting deported.
Cold world, bro.
I'm assuming because it does ring a bell a little bit because Lee.
All right, here it is. The Haro case involved the disappearance
and presumed murder of a 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro in California, where their parents were arrested and after allegedly faking his kidnapping. Though Emmanuel's body has not been found, authorities believe his death was a result of prolonged child abuse.
Yeah, there's people in the United States, all over the world, man. Unfortunately, it's a reality. Children are abused and malnourished and basically treated like garbage.
Yeah, it is crazy when you hear shit like this because we quote unquote live in a first world country. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Live in a first, and I think that's one thing that got me off the Facebook back in the days, right? Because I mean, when everyone's jumping on Facebook back in the days, like 10, 15, actually 15, 16 years ago type of shit.
16, yeah.
Right?
It reminds me of Breaking Bad.
But after a couple years on the Facebook, I remember I just got off it. It was like, oh, where'd you go? I was like, I'm tired of seeing like crazy shit from all around the world all the time.
Yeah, no news is good news.
A child getting raped or a kidnapping or a murder of a child, unspeakable shit because it's flooded to you.
Well, especially when you have kids too.
We have a pipeline to this information though, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And you are what you eat, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with what you consume, as far as content wise too. So some of that shit was just fuck with me. I'm like, I'm just gonna get off Facebook. And especially back then when they were already doing things algorithmically. So it's like if you watch a bunch of this shit, they just keep flooding you with shit like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, motherfucker don't want to start their day off or in the middle of the day or in their day off looking at that shit because also it fuck with you the whole time. You know what I'm saying? 100%. Motherfucker don't want to be.
Even one of my Instagrams, my music Instagram, every time I go on there, it's all people getting jumped and beat up and shit. I'm like, yo, somewhere along the way, I just kept watching fools like recording each other fighting and shit. Or recording fights or, you know what I mean? Just fuck shit.
Hey, Peacock said, whack, ICE letting guys go, guys like this go, but rounding up other people trying to work at Home Depot, 100%, bro.
See, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Cold world, and they getting rough with them. Then we had an incident in Sacramento. We had an incident in Sacramento where the ICE was at the Home Depot, and a dude was recording it, right? But he from California, he's a citizen, right? But they roughed him up because that motherfucker was videoing the ICE roughing up the people that's at the Home Depot. That shit went viral, bro. Oh my mama, 100%. Cold
Now,
world.
JD, did you see that thing I sent you that was right in Sacramento?
Yeah, about the little baby. Yeah, that was on Florence Road too. On my mama,
we was what was it called? I sent it to the group chat. It was they passed a law, or at least I don't know if do you want to say a law, a bill, but it's basically so you can racially profile.
What?
Yes, the way they word it, it's essentially racially profiling. They're like, anyone of Hispanic descent must provide, XYZ paperwork or proof of whatever the fuck, otherwise being detained until further notice. And then like the politician that's hella pushing this shit, when they asked him, he didn't deny anything. He said, this is basically racial profiling. He's like, and you know what I mean? And then he goes, and he says, well, but what's the big deal? If they are truly who they say they are, they'll get released eventually. But it's funny when you say, well, what's the big deal? They might sit down for a little while, maybe a couple days, weeks. What's the big deal if they're who they say they are? And it's so funny because they say, what's the big deal? Because it'll never happen to them. You know what I mean? And the politician was a white dude, for the record. You know what I mean? Like,
damn.
You know what I mean? Just this got passed. It's like a whole thing. I'm like, wow. You know what I mean? As someone who has a lot of Hispanic in Spanish blood in my whole ancestry, you know what I mean? I was like, listen, I'm just gonna stay inside. You said ICE is over here at Home Depot. I just went to Home Depot yesterday to get salt for the water softener. Shit, they could have got me, bro. Just saying, man.
They passed a bill to legally racial profile. That shit is crazy, dog. That's like them motherfuckers. If you look at all the ICE videos, them motherfuckers is covering their face. Why does law enforcement cover their face, bro? Like, you punk motherfuckers, like, really, you acting like you took, like, when the COVID was going on and we all had to wear the mask, that shit was scaring motherfuckers 100% because motherfuckers was using that shit to, you know what I mean?
To lick
now
motherfuckers.
you got law enforcement in the streets. Like, bro, why are you covering your face? 100%.
With guns on them.
Oh my man.
They're like the evil Jabberwockies.
Whole world, bro. Y'all got anything going out on this this shit?
That shit is insane. That shit is crazy.
This world needs to be a better place.
In fact,
there you go.
Yeah. The big question is I want to know if Brad's a citizen or not, because if he's not a citizen, go ahead.
Me, and I think
they said he wasn't.
From this, they need to learn from hey man, you just can't let people go. Once you see the continuous thing, come on, do something about that. You just can't let someone go free. But look at what happened. An innocent man lost his life.
This is a unique case though here, Lee.
It is. I know.
This is a unique case here. They tried to deport the dude, and the country was like, nah, we don't want him. Then they just release him. That's the crazy part. Like release him to the wild, essentially.
Release him to the wild, bro. 100%. That shit crazy. Oh, my mama.
Yeah, because that's how they treat it, like some animals for real. And that dude was an animal for real, bro. That dude, that was wild. He just had the machete on him. That's how you know there's intent here, bro. You don't just walk around with machete on you, bro. He's working an office job or something, bro.
A hotel, motel, some shit like that.
A motel, bro, in front of the kid and the wife too. That's crazy, bro.
Oh, my mama. You got anything, Gangrene?
No, got nothing to say about that.
Hey,
wild.
Hey, that story was brought to you by.
The ears to the mellow streets.
That's right.
We'll see how long it lasts.
I
gotta
let that medication kick in.
We go our last story. We going to Detroit. We on YouTube right now, so let's find out what they doing in Detroit with 100 from winning 100K from YouTube.
Well, tonight,
Damn it.
Yeah, a feel-good story turns real ugly after a Detroit man is gifted $100,000 from a famous YouTuber.
The Detroit man claimed that he was kidnapped and nearly killed. It's a story Fox News' Jessica Dupac has been following it and joins us now live with an update. Jessica, take us through this because there are some layers.
Whoa.
Yeah, last week or so, we've been working and connecting stories. The first one, as you mentioned, surrounds a guy named Curtis Dixon, a 60-year-old from here in Detroit. He did a good deed. A famous YouTuber gave him $100,000. Then about a week and a half later, another story you saw on Fox 2. He is connected to that. Curtis, allegedly the victim of a pretty unbelievable crime spree.
My life just changed overnight.
1 minute, 60-year-old Curtis Dixon was receiving $100,000 for a good deed.
We need more people like Curtis in this world.
A week and a half later, last Monday, witnesses say Dixon was hogtied in his burned-out SUV on Detroit's east side.
I woke up, I'm like, what's going on?
He survived. Sources say there are some inconsistencies in Dixon's story, but he claims he met someone in the area of Mount Elliott in Nevada. From there, he was kidnapped, driven to ATMs to pull out money, then beaten, tied up, and his car set ablaze. Several days into this investigation, the feds picked up the case from Detroit police. The ATF now investigating this as a possible arson, kidnapping, and extortion.
And hopefully they catch whoever
No
did it to him,
attempted murder.
We don't want that in our neighborhood.
Last month, Dixon was gifted $100,000 from MD Motivator. He's a famous YouTuber who rewards good deeds with dollars. MD Motivator posing as a blind man in need in this viral video.
I'll have a couple bucks when I come out here. I'm going to find my wedding ring, man, but I just shut up yesterday, man. But I'll have a...
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'll give you a couple bucks.
Thank you, man. Bless you.
Dixon offering what little money he had to help.
Even in my neighborhood, people know me now. People that didn't know me now.
And that could be part of the problem. More money, more problems, as they say. Now, I want to know what MD Motivator has to say about all this. He has millions and millions of followers, 7 million on Instagram alone. We did reach out and did not hear back in time for this story. So as we said, the ATF, the feds, now taking over this investigation. I'm told by the end of the week, we should hear more from them. We'll continue to follow this one. Reporting live in Detroit, Jessica Dupnack on The Edge.
And as I follow this story, it seems that the missing pieces here that those feds will have to piece together is exactly what happened relative to those inconsistencies in the story. Any more you can tell me about that?
Well, we do know there's some video that police were able to use that placed at least Curtis, or what appeared to be Curtis, at some of these ATMs, possibly against his will. And if you remember, too, there were witnesses that say he was tied up in this SUV and that they rescued him. So there are some parts of this story that are definitely true. It's just a matter of placing it all together. Sometimes, though, these unbelievable stories, they end up panning out. So we will see.
Of course, they often do, and we'll be watching this one really closely. I know you have your eyes on it. Jessica Dupnack for us live tonight. Thank you.
How come they didn't charge him with attempted murder if they said it ablaze with him tied up in there?
Right. Cold thing is that the ATF, boy, the feds done got involved with this shit. So if he is trying to stage anything, he's fucked over. And if it was true that somebody really didn't sent him to different multiple ATMs and had him against his will, oh, they're done for life anyways. 100%. You might as well. Please forgive me for saying that. Please forgive me. Please.
Yeah, there's gonna be what's the thing?
They're done.
Cameras all in the motherfuckers and all this shit. You know what I mean?
They went from place to place, having this man against his will, tied up in a car, having him go to play, ATM to ATM, and then tried to blow his shit up. That's why the feds is in this shit.
Yeah.
100%.
They're amateurs. They saw this motherfucker blowing up on the YouTube. He went viral because of his good deed. People in the neighborhood, he said, they start greeting him. Now everyone knows him. And they when you're in the hood and you hear somebody, oh, bro, he got 100,000. They think you got it on you for real, bro. You know what I mean? You in the hood, they think they got it on him. Let's pull up. They kidnap his ass. Allegedly.
And,
right?
and Brad got
that money. Yeah, I got it in the bank. Oh, I think we're going to go to the ATMs. Like this, and I'm more than likely these are some kids too, bro. These are some kids. I mean, this guy probably not on YouTube like that. He was just a guy walking around the street, did a good deed to of someone posing as a blind person.
100%.
Not knowing that he's on some hidden camera show. He's on a hidden camera show. I'm 40 right now. I ain't never heard of that show. Youngsters probably have though. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. I think it's some youngsters. You know what I mean? Because that shit was. Then it was a week and a half later, so it probably took them that long to find this guy. You know what I mean? Especially if you local and you see that shit, you go, oh shit. I mean, Detroit's, especially they said Detroit is grimy. Let's just say that. Shout out to Detroit. They go down over there.
That's my thing. It's like, look, bro, the OG didn't do nothing intentional to get that money. You know what I mean? But be himself, 100%. So for him to be himself and to get in position to get that dough, it tells you the personality that he has. So in his neighborhood, he's already doing stuff like that. You feel me? In his community, he's already willing to give the shirt off his back to help somebody, whether he knows them or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for Brett to get that dough, you know what I mean, whether he had it on him or not, but he probably still has, and I shouldn't even say probably still has. He still has that kind-hearted shit. You feel me? He's still in his neighborhood. They didn't hurt. He didn't got some dough.
Yeah, he probably from there his whole life.
100%, bro. And
he wasn't gonna just up and go nowhere. Oh, I got 100 bands a week later. Even if he was planning to go somewhere, it was only a week and a half later when he got. So it's like, you know what I mean? That's some shit, man. That's like the ultimate gift and the curse type of shit.
In your own community.
Man, shout out to dude, he didn't die. And I hope this ain't no hoax or some type of shit. Because he definitely won that money. What would he get? What would he what would he gain from doing this, right? That's why I believe this guy's story. And they left him for dead. They hogtied him and tried to burn him alive in that thing.
Exactly, bro.
Exactly.
100%, man. Fuck that. I'm not putting myself
hogtying yourself is very difficult, I would imagine.
Come on now.
They said he was hogtied. That's like when you face down and you got your arms with your legs like that and the whole
The police do that to motherfuckers that's acting up. So everything. They'll hit you with both of them.
5150 and they hit you with that, the hog tie.
Come on now. Oh, everything. That shit is fucked up, dog, in your own motherfucking community. You know what I mean?
I'm saying that.
OG, he didn't know that, like you said, he didn't know that that's a hidden camera show. Oh, my mama. So that's just who the fuck he is, bruh. He said something about pawning a wedding ring and some shit like that, but here go a couple dollars, bruh. Motherfucker give you they last.
100 bands.
And brain even, you know, OG might not even be doing, or you know, he might just be treading water through life, you know, barely floating through. But
yeah, I mean, but they say he was 60. He ain't even got the Social Security yet.
Exactly.
He probably still working.
Oh, bro.
That 100 bands was like, woo! And then, man, poor old dude, man, they beat him up. You know he's hurting, bro. Man, he survived though. That Detroit breeds some tough motherfuckers, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, but I don't know how long ago. I don't know how long ago that story was, right? But she said by the end of the week they're gonna have some updates on that shit. So hopefully, when I get to sliding through YouTube within the next day or two or something,
we'll find a part two.
Oh my mama!
Yeah, because I would imagine if I'm out of Dodge, literally. Unintended.
Oh, everything. Y'all got anything going out on this shit?
Nah, it's. I don't know, man. It is what it is. I feel. I feel like this is something that we're gonna talk about a lot, right? There's two sides. Like, what kind of gun rights are we doing, and then what? Like, how are we gonna keep our guns? It's probably what a lot of people are most concerned with is the guns that I have owned and I'm responsible. Like, you're not touching them, right? You know that's where a lot and when you do the numbers, how many more guns are there than people? So they're never taking away the guns.
No, they're not doing that.
You ain't lying. What in Detroit too? Like, it's a grimy place, bro. And you know, back in the days when you used to win the lottery, they used to have a protocol for you. They used to be like, when you win the lottery, and it would be like those megas or whatever, right? You basically gotta go on the lam, like off the grid for like 6 months. They put you through this process. Yeah, you know why? It's for your own protection, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's for your own protection because the shit, you know what I mean? When the shit hit the fan, everybody and it get out, bro, you're a target. You know what I mean? This is like so imagine when you're in the hood, bro, people 10,000 costs a hat. 10,000 costs a hat, allegedly, in those streets. That means a life ain't worth nothing to them, bro. So when you see a motherfucker gets 100 bands, they're like, oh my God, we're gonna get rich. 100%. Just what they're thinking, bro. You know what I mean? When you're in the hood, bro, that's like $1 million to them, bro. You know what I mean? They don't know any better.
Like Kid has said, what's up with this Second Amendment, man? 100%. Like here in the state of California, we just talked about it. If a motherfucker come up in your shit,
motherfuckers still got guns in Cali.
No, but what I'm saying is that if a motherfucker decides to come up in your shit while you're here and you just happen to grab your thing, you're in trouble just like the motherfucker that's coming up in your shit.
Yeah, we don't got no stand our ground or self-defense or king of the castle. I think king of the castle, is that what they call it in Florida? Where if somebody just set foot in your house, you can blast them, bro.
It's like that here in Texas.
There you go. I forgot. I might be fucking up the term of it, but yeah, something like King of the Castle.
I was watching a short this morning, and it was on a truck driver, and he's at a truck stop in Texas, and the police officer's there, and he's like, "Hey, I got you on live now. Just go ahead, tell me what you just told me." And he's like, "Okay, so when you're at a rest stop in Texas, we recommend you carrying your firearm with you, because people will come try and take your property from your truck, harm you, do whatever, and the truck for the trucker is technically his homestead. They call it. It's the homestead. So he was like, "So you're telling me," because this guy didn't own a gun, he didn't carry a gun or anything, but he's like, "You telling me right now I should have a gun to like protect me because you're fearful that like people are gonna harm me, and you want me to like shoot them when they do
crazy.
fuck around?" I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
It is crazy, you're right.
Yeah, but
Texas.
It makes sense for
Hey, do
a
y'all
lot of
remember when
areas, I
DMX
guess.
had that reality show?
Oh yeah.
Remember when reality shows were all the rage?
All the rage first coming out, yeah.
Hey, speaking of that, Mrs. Crooked said, out here it's the Wild Wild West.
Yeah,
And that's how we know that shit is through
she in
DMX.
Arizona. Her and Crook and Mr. Crook, they was in Arizona. And DMX, when he had that reality show, he was in Arizona. He'll walk around with 2 6-shooters, for real. Wife beater, boom, holsters, bam, out. What's that? And my dog. It's just like, because he can do it out there.
Exactly.
Facts.
Nobody is running up on DMX, period, let alone in Arizona. You know what I mean?
Hey, Bake said, fuck it, I'm moving to Texas. Everything.
Yeah, man, shout out to Bake.
America still acts like it's 1776 when it comes to bearing arms, except they have machine guns and sniper rifles. So also we did a story, Peacock, to where the police, they have access to high-powered guns, like you said, when it comes to these machine guns and shit.
Like for example, like if we were gonna create a merch line, right? We would get a wholesale license. We could buy all these shirts, right? Wholesale. See, the police stations and whatnot, they have specific like licenses where they can go and buy these weapons that are only accessible to people with these fucking licenses. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
but not only that, once they age out, they can sell them to whoever they want to sell them to.
Yeah.
So they can sell them to the highest bidder. And we did the story to where these special guns is getting into the hands of motherfuckers that's doing crimes, though.
Yeah.
Bro. That's what I was trying to say. 100%. So
they were arms
that shit
dealers.
about these
Dude
guns.
had the Terminator 2 Gatling gun. He had the Terminator 2 Gatling gun, and that's what popped him. Remember, he was like, why is this police station ordering a Terminator 2 Gatling gun?
Oh my mouth.
Because they were selling it to these motherfuckers, the highest bidders. You know what I mean?
Come on now. Oh, world, bro.
Where was that? That was in America.
It was in multiple states. It was the story was in multiple states.
Oh yeah, so there was a transnational thing.
No, I was just in multiple states that they did the shit.
Oh, okay. Shit, but they were getting big shit though.
Facts.
They were getting like rocket launchers and shit. And Gatling guns. And like the big old, remember what was the woo wop? In Smoking Aces, remember Alicia Keys with her thick ass? She was shooting the joint that shot the 50 cal.
50 cal.
Yeah. Oh no, that was her homegirl that was shooting the 50 cal joint. Yeah, but remember they had that shit too. I was like, oh shit. You can't just get that. You know what I mean?
Come on now. On everything.
That 50 cal, she's like, I'll tear the whole bitch down.
But see, that's the fucked up thing though, is that how these states, part of the 50 states govern these fucking gun laws 100%, especially to motherfuckers that, like Big Bro just said, I'm responsible. Guns don't kill people. Stupid people with guns kill people. 100%, my big bro let off with responsibility. 100%. So you just said the king of the castle. So I'm sitting right here in my shit. I got my kids. We just did a story where somebody went in the house, pepper sprayed the nanny, and the babies is in there. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? So if I can't defend myself,
calling that dude. If I get to him first after I see him pepper in the vicinity, it's a wrap.
It's cold. It's
Okay.
cold out here, bro.
When I was living in the hood, there'd be all kind of crazy shit happens when you're living in the hood, right? You know, I got all my cameras and shit, and alleged crazy shit happens in the hood, right? But like, it was me and my mans, we're just chilling, and I just hear like an explode. First of all, I've been having incidences with the neighbors behind me because they were like in the hella shit, and they were like on their Breaking Bad shit. So it was always crazy activity, always like, you know what I mean? And I heard this crazy ass like explosion, right? So I ran out there with the shotty like a savage, right? And then they're all looking at me all crazy. I'm like, ah, the fuck was that? And right, and then they point, the fucking tree fell onto my roof. And I ran out there ready to kill someone for it. I was like, oh shit, good looking out. Just some random shit. It was an old ass tree. And eventually that big ass fucking trunk on it just gave way and landed on the top of my house. I thought it was World War III.
Hey, that's your first instinct is to protect this motherfucker.
I went and grabbed the heat things.
100%. And then like a loud boom, we can either think a motherfucker kicking in this door or a motherfucker then shot some shit up. You know what I mean? I live by a freeway, right? So I lived in front of I-5 for 10 years, right? And you know what I-5 does? That motherfucker go to Canada, it go to Mexico, right? So it's nothing but motherfucking 18-wheelers going up and down this bitch, right? So you know what a 18-wheeler truck, when it blow a tire, you know what that bitch sound like? It sound like a motherfucking shotgun. It sound like a shotgun, right? So look, I'm gonna tell you like this. So I got, like I said, I lived 10 years right in front of that motherfucker, right? So about 3 years ago, when I lived in the South area before I took this bitch over, right? When they did the mass shooting downtown, I lived across the street from one of the houses that they raided, right? So a motherfucking flashbang, they hit that bitch with two of them, right? And I ain't nowhere near I-5. So the first flashbang go off, it wake me up. I'm like, oh yeah, that's just the motherfucking tire going off. You feel me? Because I'm so used to living by the motherfucking freeway. So they hit the house with another one. Boom! Man, I get up, man, what the fuck is going on? So when I go out the window and look, man, it's a million motherfucking police with the big ass trucks, with the robot going in the motherfucking house. I'm like, oh shit. But we putting two and two together. It's the shit from the mass shooting that they had downtown, bro. 100%. But like Vogue said, man, when you hear that fucking bang, bro, it's like, man, what the fuck is really going on, dog? 100%, man. Shit crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Bro. That's why
it's fight or flight. And then how you gonna flight from your own home, you know? So it's automatically fight, you know, that's your instinct. You're like, fuck, what? This is my domain. You like
thanks, bro.
Yeah. You're gonna be paranoid, especially when it comes to safety and well-being. You're like, nah, I ain't having that. I gotta get up and I gotta find out like what I need to do to potentially stop something. The worst. What do they say? Always prepare for the worst, right? So
always
hope for the best.
Hope for the best.
Pray for the best.
Yeah.
Pray for the best.
Prepare for the worst.
Come on now.
Sure, right.
100%. And that just translates to back saying, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. Oh my mama, bro. For real, man. You got anything going out, Ears? Give us a preview to tomorrow's game. You ain't got to get too deep into the news of what's going on. You got any ins and outs of tomorrow's game for Buffalo or Miami?
Start working on that. Actually, I did. Hold on. So far, from what I've gathered so far, is you got Jalen Waddle, who's a question mark, and I had Oliver. We know is on the.
I think is he out again?
He's out again. Well, they haven't named.
I thought they might have been saving him for this game. So it's
Matt Milano's a question mark also. Other than that, that's all I've gotten so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw somebody pick up Dorian Williams. I was like, oh, that's a good pickup. Because Matt Milano, he's not him anymore. He's a third down, like, package guy.
Yeah. I'm surprised.
Yeah, which is not a bad thing. It's just, like, I remember I loved Clay Matthews for years. But then at one point, he goes to the Rams and he was a third down specialist. Not a bad thing. It's just you just get to a point in your career where they want you on those where this is what you're really good at. So it's like, okay, you do what you're good at and we'll keep you fresh. Khalil Mack, same thing. They rotate him out pretty more often than not. You know what I mean? But he's third and longs and things like that.
Mike
He's out there.
McDaniel said he's not worried about his job security. He's just gonna continue to be focused on improving the team. So,
who said that?
Mike McDaniel.
Oh.
No, I don't
Poor
think
Mike.
he gets a credit.
Mike is the best. And it's because he's a personality, and I think that's what won him the job, because he's a character. Like when he got the job, he does the combine, and it's in Indy. So then he parties with Pat McAfee all night. Then they do the show, bro. He is so faded on there. He's like, I'm a head coach now, and
you know what? He might be best as an offensive coordinator, not a head coach. I'm not saying he's not head coaching material.
Shannon, the story goes, because when you're the guy, you can deny.
I can see him going back to San Francisco.
Hold on, when you're the guy, you can deny people. So for years, Shanahan denied him from getting interviews until it came time where everyone was gone, and he was like, "Okay, go ahead." You know what I mean?
You can spread your wings.
Could you see Shanny bringing him back as an OC?
I don't think it would be OC, but it'd be like one of the run game coordinator or something of that. Because that's what he was. That's what he was for years. He was the run game coordinator. You know what I mean? And he was killing it. He was the guy. He was there when we were doing all the crazy shit with Debo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember that.
Like he was like,
said, that's why if someone comes onto my property, they are going to have to wake up in the hospital and won't remember who they were or where they are on my mama.
Facts, bro. There's a thing when you have a shotgun, when you have it loaded, you're supposed to, at home, you're supposed to keep birdshot, 10 live round. So in the event that someone comes through, you hit them with the birdshot. Bam! That's the warning. Then, what? One more then. Bam! Damn, this third one's for real. You know what I mean? That's what they say you're supposed to do. No one does that. You know what I mean?
Well,
if someone lives up in your house, bucket, and you hitting them with birdshot first, that's not, come on.
Yeah, especially if you don't know if that motherfucker got guns.
Exactly. Remember in Liar Liar?
I think
Liar Liar, his assistant, right? She's like, my friend had her house broken into, and the robber came through the kitchen window and cut his leg on the cutting board that had a knife on it. She's like, he went then to sue her, and he won $4,000. He's like, I would have got him 10. You know what I mean? Like,
come on,
Callie's fucked up, man.
Yeah, this shit is weird.
Yeah. Bro. I guess it goes back to what Lee said. If only the world could just be better and everyone could just be cool. Like, guns serve a purpose, right? But when you get like in Cali in the streets with guns, where guns are illegal, obviously for the most part, right? Them streets and the guns, those are credit cards. Those are, you know what I mean? That's how people are using them. They're using them as credit cards. They just go, give me all the money out of you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like, look at what Peacock said. I know USA is bigger population-wise, but look how Ireland has tightened regulations around guns over the last 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
Ireland was founded in revolutionary violence, but gun laws in the 1920s and 1970s have reduced ownership to about 7 firearms per 100 people, and each weapon is registered.
Wow.
Yeah, the registered thing is a big deal, but here in the United States, we have a lot of unregistered.
Yeah, you can go to a gun convention.
Yeah,
you ever seen them things?
The problem we have as our society, we've embraced firearms, and it's been we're a young
part country, of the American Constitution.
But we've embraced firearms to the point where we manufacture firearms and sell them to other countries. We love firearms.
I grew up. I'm not too far from
We
the
just
Winchester
have too
Mansion.
many. The root, I guess, idea would be to eliminate the access and the existence, and that's just kind of not gonna happen. There's too many. It's too hard to get those guns retired. There are, like, every year your city or your community should have basically an area where you can go and you can
The police officers.
donate your
That's how
firearm.
they do it.
Yeah, you go to the police station, you give them a firearm. They don't ask questions. And you get some money for it. It's not a lot of money.
What's up, Marco?
But
That's
how they get old guns off, like, out of the
Germany stand up. Hey, German. Hey, who makes
That's
the
as
SIG?
best
Or
as they can do.
Who makes the SIG? Is that
They
German?
can
or is that
only
the
have
heckler?
you voluntarily release some of your weapons and pay you for it.
Who makes
They
the
can't-
heckler and Koch?
I don't
Is that
think they're
German?
gonna ever be able to be like knocking on your doors. Although we see ICE doing their thing right now, but still, man, that's like, I don't know. Could you?
But you know what,
do
know?
register, then they know where you're at and they come talk to you and they say, hey, you know what? Where's that gun? We need it. And they're like, what? That's a lot of money. Like, but you know, I don't think you're ever gonna solve your problem because there's, like I said in the beginning, there's a lot of unregistered firearms in the United States.
In countries like Switzerland, I think is this Switzerland? They're where they shooting is a sport there, and so like kids grow up shooting. Like I'm talking about long distance shooting, like snipers and shit. Like this, all I think it's Switzerland, might be the Netherlands. It's one of them somewhere in that range.
I think it's the Netherlands.
Is it? Somebody
it
fact
is.
check me on this, but there's a country out that way in that little cluster over there where this is part of the culture. Like they have freeways and they'll have long range shooting range, shooting range over the freeways and shit. Like this is so part of ingrained into the culture, and you don't have too many, too much gun violence because the education on the guns and the kids they grow up in it, shooting for competition, and you know what I mean. But granted, you do have the hoods over there where, like, with some of the drill rappers in the UK, where they're getting hands on sticks over there. You know what I'm saying? And their juvenile life shit is like 18 years old, something like that. So like they'll have their hitters be like 14 years old, 15 years old, and then they'll get out in a couple of years and they're legends. You know what I mean? Switzerland. So I had it right out the gate. Yeah, bro. And
in Switzerland,
part of
there's
the
a
culture.
unique shooting range exists where firearms are safely discharged over a major road known as the.
It's a highway, bro.
Yeah, Bruce
fucking freeway.
Shooting Range. The facility has targets situated on the other side of the busy highway.
See what I'm saying? And like, these kids are dope too, bro. Like, this is like if only they had shooting in the Olympics, right? Switzerland would take all the gold, bro.
No shit.
Hey, but with the gun population or the gun control back here, we got to remember, bro, these motherfuckers is making 3D guns. 100%.
You ain't
so
lying,
we can do a lot of gun control all we want. These motherfuckers is getting 3D printed switches. You know what I mean? The motherfuckers, we've done multiple stories about these switches is getting sent over and they just ain't.
There was a kid at my daughter's high school.
The gun
we also done a story
in where the guy was from 1898. The design was fucking 1898. The gun that was used to assassinate that dude in the college or whatever.
Yeah.
The gun itself is
the kit gun.
But the design is
but the
from
mold,
1898. Like before World War I, bro. These guns are
these youngsters are making strapolas, bro.
There's hillbillies that are definitely going to be constructing their own handmade shit.
And that's what I was saying. So like we've done a story where a dude was in New York, right? And this motherfucker, he wasn't selling the guns because you can sell them.
He was selling the switches.
Because I know motherfuckers that got the modifications to where it's like a 9 or something like that. And that motherfucker
now
like
it's an auto.
100%. I know people personally with them motherfuckers, right? So when we did the story about bruh in New York who was making them motherfuckers himself, but he was keeping it for his personal collection. So when the NYPD
that's
hit
right.
bruh house, bro, he had fat shit, right? They're doing the news story with him while he's still in jail, talking about, look, man, this is nothing but a personal hobby for me. But my point is, he's making the guns at his house, bro. 100%. So we can talk about trying to control guns and register them and all that shit here, but the technology is so advanced, like Big Bro said.
Another thing I guess you would be concerned with is if they had some like actual consequences to actually like possessing a gun or even the contraband, like a bullet.
I mean, don't look. You ever seen them YouTube ads?
This is
like,
what they could do. They could stop making bullets, and that's something that an everyday man can't do is make a bullet.
Okay. Here's the thing.
Maybe we go back to muskets
in the Walking Dead. In the Walking Dead, that's what made Eugene useful. He figured out a way to shell bullets.
So look, my job where I work at, right? That motherfucker right on the corner of the job is an ammunition store, right? So during COVID, the line was wrapped around the corner, and that's for every city in every state. When shit like that,
nobody knows how to make the bullets.
That shit goes up in value. You feel me? Because everybody want to protect their house because all the toilet paper is gone, all the paper towels is gone, all the world is in it. So the ammunition and the firearms, that shit go up like gold during the recession. In 08, 100%.
United States is what's keeping the price of a bullet affordable, I bet. Because we do, I think our country has more than
our economy spends a lot of money on ammo.
Yeah, exactly. So the ammo manufacturers, they create ammo
We're in the
for
wrong
us
business, man.
because we like to shoot guns for fun and not to kill people. That's not what we do. We do it for other things.
That's how the Winchester guy got went crazy.
We shoot a lot of bullets, and those bullets they gotta get fucking reloaded.
You ever been in Winchester? Any of y'all? When you were out here in Northern Cali, kid, did you ever fuck with the Winchester mansion?
No.
I grew up like 30 minutes from the Winchester mansion.
Oh, wow.
And so like we go on like tours and shit, and they had an arcade there, and you know what I mean? But like the house was super legit. You could do like flashlight tours on Halloween season, things of that nature. But like the story was always crazy because this dude's a warlord, you know what I mean? He made his fortune selling guns. You know what I mean? And he became super wealthy during all the wars. You know what I mean?
I see. Yeah.
When they released Brittany Griner, they had to give up a motherfucking warlord.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. That we had locked up over here.
And that motherfucker, matter of fact, we did the story on a warlord that got some illegal Teslas. Remember that?
Oh,
that
he was
motherfucker had the big ass gun.
He was like Elon's my homie.
Oh, my mama, bro.
Elon and gifted me. Thank you, Elon. And then Elon was like, I didn't gift him no Cybertrucks. Went in his little command center and just started shutting down all the Cybertrucks out there.
Oh, wow.
Pushing the buttons.
And
don't
that
fuck with Elon.
Was a warlord. He was a warlord.
But they had big shit attached. They had laser guns and shit attached to these.
Bro, attached to the truck, bro. And they were doing a propaganda video. It was a propaganda video somewhere over there, like type shit.
And they were shooting shit. Like
whole world.
I mean, this is what they were mobbing in the Ukraine. So he just started shutting those down, boom, 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 because they obviously bought them in the black market. But that's how dope Elon is. There's a network that all these cars run on. You know what I mean? There ain't no other cars out there that got satellite like that, huh? Like, listen, I have a satellite up there.
I didn't know Elon owned Starlink as well.
Of course he does.
I didn't know that.
Elon.
He uses that as
Elon,
for his SpaceX.
Man, I just need Elon to hear my music, and I bet you he'll invest.
Bro. Yeah, like
Elon,
the whole purpose of like having as many launches as they do is like a lot of is that Starlink right now.
Oh my mama. Yeah, I just heard about that not too long ago that motherfucker owned that shit.
Yeah, Starlink. I heard they also got the low altitude stuff, so you get signals everywhere. Like they're like Google. I think is the first one I started doing that shit, where you have like the low flying balloons everywhere to bounce signals everywhere in remote areas and whatnot. Because it's it's easy to maintenance those and get in those areas no matter what, instead of having like a satellite. You know what I mean?
Come on now.
Hella cost efficient. If you're just gonna get a signal at least to remote areas.
Everybody got to have Wi-Fi, man. That motherfucker's a necessity. Oh, everything.
Hey, when we was on the way to Vegas, and when you're on that 15, and you just see like in the distance, there's like some little houses, type of little village thing, and there's like a gas station, and it's like, who the fuck lives there?
Right.
Hey, JD, do you see how much money Dana White's making for that? For having the USC as the White House? $500 million.
Wait, what happened?
For real?
He's making $500 million for having the USC event at the White House.
Oh wow!
Hey,
Logan Paul was shocked when Dana
Trump
White
got it on
making $500 million for the White House.
They're gonna fight at the White House.
Yeah, it's being planned right now. They're going over all of the.
Yeah, he spoke on that. He was just on Callan Cowherd last week. He spoke on
this
that
motherfucker shit. Trump is a fucking celebrity president.
When he was doing the promotion run for the Crawford fight. Oh my mama!
I just sent it to your TikTok, JD, so you can see.
Yeah, we'll talk about that on the next on the Saturday show.
There you go.
We'll do that. That's the one we'll do for the Saturday show, big bro.
Yeah, because I ain't never heard that till now.
Peacock said everybody I know with the gun has modified shit on it. They go shoot at deserted canals and drink beer. We talking extendos, banana. Man, I'm telling you, big bro. Same here, bro. Oh my mama. It's a motherfucker that I follow, right? And he'll put up like he did an anvil, right? And this motherfucker, and it's all on YouTube. It's a YouTube short. He'll put up an anvil. So he'll have the bulletproof shield in front of him. He'll start off with like a pea shooter, like a little 32 or a 9. Boom. See what the bullet does with the 9. Then he'll go to the 45. Boom. See what the damage does with the 45. Then he'll go to the handheld 50 cal. Bang. Use that. Then he got like a big ass.
Hold on. What was he shooting? Was it with the 50 cal? The DE?
It's a handgun one first.
Yeah,
then he'll go. Then he'll come with the motherfucking revolver that's like a 50 cal. Boom. He'll use that. Now he's coming with long.
The revolver 50 cal. That's the Dirty Harry right there,
bruh. And this is all on YouTube. But since he's shooting at targets, they allow this shit. 100% because it's a hobby.
You know who's a crazy gun enthusiast? That fool DJ Act, bro. And he was talking about, I want to do a gun show, but I gotta learn what the parameters are. But I think it's just him just trying to show off that he has all these guns because he's just fearing for his life. He's living in a gated community. Like, no one's gonna come get you, bro. But he talked a lot of shit though. You better have a lot of guns. They already been tried him on. He got
For sure. The
BJ tried to line him up.
Yeah, they tried to go in his house, and see that's what's so fucked up, though. You know what I mean? So how can you not have that? Because
they was about to run in there strapped down too.
That shit is cold, bro. Oh my mama, 100%. Marco said Elon Musk has or had his hands in a lot of shit like PayPal. Yeah, that motherfucker. That's how he got his start. Well, he been in the motherfucking tech industry since the 90s. Oh my mama. I seen a video where this motherfucker like in 97, 98, he getting a motherfucking like McLaren or something dropped off. The shit is viral. Or it was viral when this shit happened. It might know it's a little bit older than that because it's during YouTube days and shit like that. But he hella young and he getting a motherfucking car delivered and it's him and his first wife.
McLaren.
Oh my mama, fatter than a motherfucker.
He said his claim to fame is his first million. Like when he first caught on Joe Rogan, you know what I mean? It was a big deal. And then when they first started, he's like, man, thank you for this. Just Joe Rogan, right? He's thanking him for this gift. Thank you. It's a fucking flamethrower. And he's like, yeah, that's from my first business. It was called what was his business called? It was something ignorant, the name of the business. But they made flamethrowers and they sold them. And I guess they they named it something else so you're able to sell it instead of calling it a flamethrower. And he's made his first $1 million selling flamethrowers.
There you go, right
like,
here.
yo, this fool's a fool with it. Oh, I think it was called The Boring Business. The Boring Business. I think it was something along the lines of that because they were just because they were bored. He got generational wealth, so he was able to.
Look at this motherfucker. Here you go, right here, y'all.
And you ever went down the rabbit hole with his dad too, bruh? His dad got a weird story, bruh.
There are 62 McLarens in the world, and I will own one of them.
It's $1 million for a car.
Back in '95, there weren't very many people on the internet.
In '95,
nobody was making any money at all. Most people thought the internet was going to be a fad. Wow, I can't believe it's actually here. It's pretty wild, man.
Boss.
This is definitely very cool. I like it a lot.
Congratulations.
Just 3 years ago, I was showering at the Y and sleeping on the office floor. And now, obviously, I've got a $1 million car and quite a few creature comforts. It's just a moment in my life.
Dang, $1 million car in '95 too is like a $3 million car, $4 million car.
Hey, that boy been playing with money on my mama.
Yeah. His dad is some kind of wealthy.
Yeah.
And then his dad, this is crazy. His dad wrote a book back in the days. And in the main character has a son named Elon. And this son goes on to become some crazy fucking genius. He wrote a book about this shit. This is trippy. I saw because he was on Vlad. But
dad was on Vlad. You said the dad was on Vlad?
Elon don't talk to his dad at all, though. For hell long.
Yeah, I think I seen a couple of them clips with his dad on Vlad.
But the book is crazy, though. Like, he writes a book about this guy who has this kid named Elon, and then this kid becomes like some crazy genius rich kid.
He started a business in '95 with his brother, and then in 1999,
it was called The Boring Business?
Sold it. It's called Zip2. The Boring Business is one of his newer businesses.
That was after.
Yeah, this is to.
He
this
said
is
from
a part
his
of
own
his
mouth
plan.
that's where he made his first
the Tesla vehicles, the Tesla robots, the SpaceX. What he wants to do is send things to Mars, and one of the things he wants to do is dig holes so people can at least live while the fucking terraformation of Mars happens, and we can live underground,
build an atmosphere
in the beginning. Pollute the planet in the beginning. That's basically what we have to do to create atmosphere. And then after do you hear this? What I'm saying? This is his plan. The guy's a loser. Whatever he does, he makes money here on Earth. But if he starts to play with fucking going to Mars and doing colonization, and then you realize what his wealth truly is. For all these billionaires, all we have to do as a society is just stop funding fucking.
But he's not a trillionaire, is he?
With the stocks.
Otherwise,
so what they do, they take out loans against their stocks, and since they have all these businesses that are evaluated and estimated at a bunch of fucking dollars, that they could take out a loan and use this company as collateral to get the loan, and then they pay off the loan because they fucking have a bunch of money. So that's how they get more money and get new assets. That's how these billionaires play. Use the system. But this guy, he has so much and so much interest. He generated a lot of interest with this whole colonization of Mars.
Did you see the other thing he's trying to do in California? He's been planning this one for like the last 10 years. It's going to be they want to drill a hole that goes from underneath, from North Cal to all the way to SoCal, and the design of the tunnel is kind of like how a screw would look. When you screw something into wood, kind of with grooves. That's how his design is, and then they would have the little freeway under there and the bullet train, and there'd be ways you can get in and out of the tunnels to go overground. It's a big undertaking.
He got that in Vegas already. He got one of them in Vegas.
Okay, so, and that's probably where he started first.
That's the Tesla tunnel.
It goes real slow.
They got a Tesla tunnel?
Yeah, it's all Tesla cars.
It goes real slow.
Yeah.
Where's this at?
I think it take you. It's only like a few stops here. I'm finna pull it up right now.
Yeah, there was a big idea on it. Yeah.
Here we go, right here. The Tesla loop, the Vegas loop. Here we go.
Cool. And there would be no carbon down there because it's electric cars, so people could actually be down
series
there.
Of tunnels under the Las Vegas Convention Center made by Elon Musk's Boring Co. During CES 2024, we took a ride in one of the loop's Tesla Model Ys. I jumped in at the Central Station, riding to West Station, and then on to Riviera Station and Resorts World before circling back without getting out. It took me about 15 minutes to do that loop. Top speed in the straight parts of the tunnel was 40 miles per hour with an average of 30. When things got congested, 15 miles an hour. The ride can be bumpy at times in certain sections, but if you're going to walk from West Hall to North or Central Hall, that could take you 25 minutes. It takes just 2 minutes in the loop, and within the LVCC, it's free. In the future, there's a plan for special vehicles that carry 12 people. Boring's also planning an expansion of 68 miles of tunnels with 93 stations across the Vegas Convention Center and, of course, the Las Vegas Strip.
That's fucking tight. Why didn't we do that? Oh, we weren't trying to go anywhere.
It wasn't applied very well. Like I've seen the YouTube videos of it and the whole thing, and it's totally not like the concept. The concept was badass. The practical application, what they actually got in the end, it's lame. There's no point to it whatsoever right now. I guess they could continue to and
25 minutes chopped down to 2.
Well, the problem is that's not happening.
I've got lost on mushrooms in Vegas several times.
They wanted it to happen, but it's basically dead in the water. He doesn't need it anymore. Like I said, he wants to put most of his money into SpaceX. So all this other stuff is just being like, "Hey guys, doesn't it sound cool?" And they're like, "Hey, get all excited!" And then now he has the land to drill and test this. And since Vegas was the one who said, "Yeah, do it," not California, but Vegas in particular, they said, "Yeah, do your loop." He found out that his equipment can do it. Now what he's trying to do is, how do I fit it into a rocket and shoot it off to fucking Mars?
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely want to bore up there. They want to see what type of motherfucking natural resources is on that motherfucker.
Well, they have to go underground. So they'll find a mountain, for example, and then they'll bore through it, and they'll build a city, and they'll live underground for however long it takes, and then they'll start to slowly terraform and transition this uninhabitable fucking planet into a place that you can habitat. But they're gonna have robots running around.
Sounds like a suicide mission.
Building
sounds
the thing.
Sounds like a really expensive suicide mission.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
What they got to do is send the robots first. Why are we sending robots?
The robots, they're gonna get real good. That's why he has XAI, right? So these robots are gonna have the capabilities to fucking take orders and give commands, and they'll have like fucking Star Wars shit, right? Like
we just go me and my droid.
So look, we just did a story. What is today? Wednesday, I think the Monday show, right? Yeah. We did a story where NASA came out and said that we found chromosome or materials on some rocks that have the deterioration of some type of life form that was previously.
They said this has got to be something artificial, not natural. And there's some people trying to write it off as an anomaly, as they always would, right? But also too, this is just the tip of the iceberg, right? Because there's even some of those leaked photos that were the quote unquote unfiltered leaked photos of Mars. They got blue skies over there, so we might not be too far off. Too far off from atmospheric living conditions in the atmosphere, right?
So the testing that they
You
did on this
definitely don't have any of the quality air that we have here on Earth.
To have blue
you're
skies.
able to breathe it. The blue sky has nothing to do with what we breathe.
You're destroying my Mars living dreams.
So, and the temperatures
Just
and
destroy
actually
my
getting
aspirations of living on Mars.
the gravity's a little bit different. But it's very
Oh yeah,
close.
that is true. We're
They're-
not. We're built for how many G's do we move on Earth?
Well, the first people are gonna, put equipment on the planet, and then eventually they're gonna say sayonara to have fun equipment, and equipment is gonna do the job robotically. And then when the equipment says, "Hey, we're done," then we go in, and then we continue the fucking evolution of Mars.
Of people on Mars, though, right? Because then those people are going to have to evolve.
You have SpaceX.
That type of G-force.
You have Tesla, right? Because you don't have fossil fuels. Supposedly, there was never any life on this planet, so you're not going to drill for oil and have internal combustion engines, right? So you have
they're going to go over there and build.
You have battery power equipment. So he has all this solar panels to create electrical energy and store it in the batteries, and then the batteries power this AI-controlled robot.
Hey, Mars is not popping.
And
I'll be on Mars,
the robot
mad as fuck.
pulls the boring.
Like, I can't even go to the club.
Into the goddamn mountain and create a place for people eventually to be underground, because we can't live in that, type of climate. We have to have a controlled area, which we can do once we enclose it. And that's what we'll do. We'll do some fucking Star Wars shit, we'll have some fucking base on a planet. It's weird. For why?
Yeah.
What's wrong with this one?
Yeah.
Unless science is telling us that, that we should panic in reality, but we're not panicking. And then all this stuff would kind of make sense. But as far as I can tell, the planet's not doing that bad.
Hey, that motherfucker cannot support. It'll be another million years before we get to anybody living on that bitch. 100%, bro. Oh my mama. If they been back to the moon in 50 years and just got up there and, just making trips and kicking it up there and shit like that, why the fuck are they going to Mars? We got the planet Earth is 60% water, 70%. I forget exactly what the percentage is, and we don't even know what the fuck is going on here. These motherfucking Navy pilots that is trained. First of all, you got to have a high level of education to be a fucking pilot, let alone
exactly
fighter fucking pilot. So when these motherfuckers say they seeing these motherfucking UFAs, bro, they're seeing them come from out the fucking water. You feel me? They sometimes they be close to land, but they more than likely they more see them over water. So how the fuck we want to go up to the space, but yet the motherfuckers that's talking about they seeing these beings and shit is over water or coming out the fucking water? That's where we need to be.
I mean, we can't even get to the depth, the deepest, darkest depths of the ocean because of the pressure.
Yeah, we can.
Like that.
Well, our bodies can't, but we've
certain
sent,
shit can.
We've sent we've been going to the bottom of the Marianas Trench. That's how we measure things. So we find the lowest through like.
And you're from San Diego, where the Catalina, is that the one you're talking about? Where between Catalina Island and
the trench that he talking about is one of the lowest points of the ocean. And I want to say it's in the Pacific Ocean.
Oh, it's in Atlantic. Because there's
the biggest one is in Atlantic.
Because there's one right off the coast of San Diego
between North America.
It's as deep, as tall as Mount Everest. Right there, right on the coast of San Diego, between Catalina Island and.
Oh, you're talking about Mount San Jacinto, maybe?
No, I'm talking about like there's a trench or whatever you call it when it's under the ocean, as deep as the height of Mount Everest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're very. It is coincidental, I think, but yeah, that is a neat statistic where
because Mount Everest is one of the tallest bitches on the world,
in the
right?
ocean from sea level, and then the Everest, it's they're almost the same, give or take, plus or minus whatever.
Oh, okay, so it ain't that massive like I'm thinking it is.
In fact, the planet is so big, right? Those mountains and deep valleys and crevices, they're tiny. It's like they're barely even scratching the surface. And then if you like say compare it to a ball, it's been expressed that when you get over
you'll
to
see
the
it as smooth as a marble
or the Himalayas, you know, you would think, because what you see, they're massive from our scale, but on a planet, if you
on a planetary scale,
if you went across
as
it,
smooth as a marble.
you probably wouldn't even feel the Himalayas, which are like the most massive land
smooth
masses,
as a marble.
You know, in terms of height, it would feel like as smooth as a marble. Like you were exactly. So relative to the planet, the mountain height, and the deep valleys and trenches and stuff like that, it's really, you know, insignificant. But it's cool to imagine the volume of water. So the size of the oceans is which is probably more impressive.
What is it, 80% of the world?
Yeah, 70%. And 97% of the water on this planet is deadly to like all land and land life, right? Yeah. So our big blue planet of water is cool, but it actually, for us anyways, it sucks. The planet is almost like better for fishes, right? This planet seems to be like the best suited for sea life because there's more ocean, and we're not really adapted to it. And the ocean, technically, I think what would happen, the planet would get covered in ocean before the ocean evaporates. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
So the ocean would overflow first, and then there'd be like some crazy heat up, and then the water would evaporate. But before the water evaporates, the ice melts, right? And then we get the polar ice into the. Don't forget, a lot of people listen to the wrong information, right? So don't get it twisted. If polar ice caps or Antarctica, like if they melted, we would be all fucked. Because most of that ice and those glaciers, they're actually on land mass. So think about this: like you have
Switzerland, they got one.
Yeah,
where that glacier.
You're adding volume of water to the ocean, and it's gonna start to overflow. So the coastal cities, with some of this, I guess this is what Elon Musk's like. What he imagines is that the planet is eventually gonna get to this point, and that's why we have to leave and fucking colonize Mars.
They got this big ass.
But the polar ice cap's melting, fucking up with the weather. And then eventually the whole air will get so hot we won't get too much weather events. So we won't get the fresh water, because that's how we get fresh water, through rain, right?
From weather events.
So eventually you won't get that evaporation from the ocean because the atmosphere will be so like hot, right? So it won't
be like the dinosaur days.
It'll just turn into like a fucking like mist and get all muggy or whatever. So it won't turn into like the air will get humid. It won't turn into like, there won't be any cold pockets in the atmosphere anymore to create rainstorms. So you get hot air and cold air. That's how you get, you know, storms, and that's how, you know, we need storms to create fresh water. Eventually, all that stuff will it's not good. The planet has 97% all the water is salt water, which is toxic. We'll die. Yeah.
All right, this just broke. Change will reportedly be coming to Miami this week if they are not competitive with the Bills.
Dan, that's funny too, because this comes right on the back of Mike McDaniel says, "I'm not concerned with my job security."
And guess who the hottest team is, if he's fired, is the Houston Texans for the offensive coordinator job.
Wow, they would because that's not uncommon to in-season fire somebody and then bring in someone else. Do that. We need that. I mean, we've seen him be able to operate behind a bad offensive line, call plays with a bad offensive line. I'll give that Mike McDaniels the hit. That's his claim to fame. Let's go. That's funny.
Yeah, that's what global warming would do. Global warming.
He in there with he knew Bobby Slowick. You know, he knew he was there with Shanahan in 49ers with Bobby Slowick. So it ain't nothing but a phone call. Be like, hey, bruh, tell bruh. You know what I mean? Oh, Demeeks. Shit, they were all in the same building at the same time, actually. You might hit up Demeeks. Hey, people don't know Josh McDaniels. He dope, man. I mean, Josh McDaniels, Mike McDaniels, he dope. He just, especially for, it's all over for him over there. I just want to say that first. But he dope because he got them into the playoffs 2 years in a row, right when he got there with the tuna fish. And even the first year he got in there, it was Skylar Thompson, bro. Look, you know what I mean? And they shot it out with the Bills in the wild card. Like, it wasn't like the Bills just rolled over them at all. You know what I mean?
Come on now. Well, shit, man. We'll be paying attention to that motherfucking soap opera tomorrow night on the Playmakers Watch Party.
I know Peacock will be hoping he's fired.
Come on now. Hey, y'all make sure y'all come rock with us tomorrow. Oh no, tonight we got the H-Town huddle tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure you come back up tonight for the H-Town huddle. Then come fuck with us tomorrow night on the watch party for the Playmakers, 100%. And then Friday show, the motherfucking Wagyu, the star of the show. Lee gonna get you ready for the motherfucking weekends with the ins and outs. You know what I mean? We'll have some start-sit questions, some trade questions. We got a little bit of data that we can analyze to try and get some shit shaking, 100%. So yeah, it's a whole bunch of Playmaker shit going on from here till Sunday, man. And then we'll be back on Monday, bro.
Peace.
Whole bunch of Playmaker shit, man. Gang, 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 bruh.
Whole lot of Playmaker shit going on.
100%, man. Hey, man. Hey, y'all talk y'all shit. Let them know what's going on, man. And we'll see them when we see them.
You already know, man. NeonPeacockMerch.com. Let's go.
You can find us all on the Gen Wealth. You can hit me up on Instagram, TikTok, and
fuck your shit, Lee.
You need your fantasy advice. You just come right to the Gen Wealth, and we will deliver the goods. Boss.
Come on now. We'll be back later on tonight, man. You're seeing Big Love gonna do his thing, man. In a minute.
Peace.
Peace.